Pitt, we were kind of known for our defense, and I kind of would laugh about it, not laugh, but I mean, as years went on, our offense kept getting better and better and better, and really it almost surpassed our defense in what we would do as far as efficiency. And Ken Pomeroy is a Ken Palm stats. You may see it. Sometimes they put it up on the boards when they're talking about RPI and the different rankings and the BPI. But the Ken Palm is the one I look at the most, and a lot of coaches do look at. And it breaks us down in possessions and talks about efficiency, both offensively and defensively, what you do, whether you're a good offensive rebound team, defense rebound team. So he's had this these numbers that he's put together over the last decade or so, and we've always followed it and looked at it. And he would always joke about it too, or laugh, though we were so good offensively and efficiency, but yet everybody would talk about our defense. And I try to fight it and tell people, hey, we're really good offensively, but once you're from Pittsburgh, I think you have success. Steelers defense, you can't win the battle. But so we talked about we really wanted to get the message out of how good we were offensively, and certainly that's the case of what we got to TCU. We really had to change offensively. Actually, their numbers were pretty good in defense previous years. Offensively, they struggled. Now they had a lot of challenges with injuries, transfers, playing in a high school gym for a couple of years, a year and a half. A couple things just happened. The best player for Coach Johnson didn't play his last year. He was injured. So there's certain things you just can't control. But so that was our goal once we got to TCU, was get better offensively. How do you get better offensively? And so we really worked on a lot of things. The basics. We went passing. I mean, we had to cut down turnovers. We had to get better shooters. We had to make shooters, make our guys better shooters, as well as recruit better shooters. And so we just really focused on a lot of things. So first thing I'm going to talk about is a transition, because as the game has changed, we've adapted, and we're looking to push the ball here more. And I broke it down into two groups, and Ryan Brown, our video guy, he put together these clips, and I thought it would help and go through something like this where we could talk about, see what we're doing transition, and then look at some of their stuff that we're doing offensive efficiency, whether it be half-court sets, plays after baskets, made baskets, and go from there. So I do the transition here first because that's what we had on the schedule of events, the calendar, and go from there. So one thing we did in coming as the game is changing, the NBA, Warriors, and how teams are playing, and 5 shooters on the floor and spacing the floor, playing a lot more spaces. In transition, most teams will run the 2 big guys down the middle of the floor, 3 guys out on the perimeter. This past year, we thought we were going to be a little bit smaller. We wanted to start heading in that direction of getting the more spacing, more shooters on the floor, more skilled guys on the floor. So we really worked on spreading the floor and having 4 guys running wide, 4 guys running wide and lane, and then having 1 guy running down the middle of the floor, and just trying to space the floor more, give us more room to drive it, get to the basket, and then create either drives, fouls, kickouts, whatever it may be. So that's what we really made the big adjustment for us this year. That was, it's been amazing. I mean, all of a sudden the floor just looks bigger. I mean, it looks like there's more space. I mean, we were built at Pittsburgh with being physical, strong, scoring inside, scoring with our bigs. So we generally would run 2 big guys down to the blocks or have guys ball screening, but always having 2 guys running down between the lane lines. And now with this 1 guy running wider and getting outside of 3 and touching the baseline, as we say, it's just amazing how much more room you have to play with. And I'm sure most of you guys don't have the bigs that we're trying to get in college, and maybe you have 4 or 5 guards out on the floor, so maybe you're already playing this way. But it's certainly it's amazing to me how much. Now we were built for it. We were almost playing 4 guards on the floor at all times. So it's just adapting to our personnel and what we're doing here. So I'll get talking about this and any questions you want to throw out there. And it's not revolutionary. We ain't invented anything. We're just watching stuff, stealing stuff from other people, coaches, and watching a lot of the NBA, the Rockets. Heck, we're down here. The Rockets, they got 5 guys out on the floor shooting threes and spacing it, and shooting threes, and getting layups and staying away from mid-range jump shots. And that's always been a mentality. I think I've always had that thought, but I think we've just expanded it even more. We don't even really work on mid-range jump shots. Yeah, they're going to happen. Dribble jump shots, you're going to see some of them. You're going to have some of them. But it's just continuing to emphasize layups, free throws, and threes. I mean, that's what we're trying to do, and what we're trying to get to every possession. So, talking about transition. When I talk about transition, it's off a miss and or a steal, and putting guys in comfortable positions where they're at their best. We have to decide. We call it bust out guys. If a guy gets a loose ball, gets a rebound, if he's a guy that can take it in the middle of the floor. And I've usually limited guys on what they could do, but I always give them the opportunity. And I say, hey, if you guys can handle the ball, make decisions, and your assist to turnover ratio is 1 to 1 or better. Obviously, 2 to 1 is what we're looking for. But if you can do that, then you can get a rebound, and then you can take it coast to coast. So right now, I've given all the guys in the option this summer, or the ability to go get a rebound and take it wide. So the other 3 guys are running wide, and our 5-man is running lane line, opposite lane line. That's what we talk about doing here. So let's see a few clips, and then we can talk about it. And these are clips we had from this year. And you guys throw out anything, questions, or anything that you might have. And as we started, my staff bet me that I wouldn't be able to get this thing going here on the computer, but for whatever reason, it's frozen. It worked fine until we started here. We got a lot of Texas guys on the floor here. We got Alex Robinson, J.D. Miller with the rebound there. Alex, our point, and here's Kenrich Williams, a guy from Waco, Texas, that didn't have any Division I scholarships coming out of high school, and 34 on the layup and on the dunk here, and might be the best player in the league next year in the Big 12. So seeing here again, talking about these guys running wide. We say how Vlad is our big guy, our 5-man, 10. Getting him opposite lane line so the guard has room to drive it and push it. And then we're telling these guys to run to the dead corner. So this guy on the strong side, it's that dead corner, so we got room. We really have 2 point guards in Robinson and Fisher, 2 highly ranked guys, could have gone a lot of places in the country, and we want to give them room to drive it. So, again, this is adjusting to our personnel. At Pitt, the last couple of years, I had a guard that was really good with the ball, really good at passing, but he wasn't great getting by people, penetrating. So we would tell him to advance it up the floor and use the pass more. These guys are really good up the dribble. Jalen number 0, as you'll see in there, and Alex number 25. So again, running wide, as you can see here. Desmond is down to that dead corner. We always tell these guys to give them dead corner to drive that thing. You see now our 4-man is JD, 15, and we got him running wide as well. So that's the adjustment for us, and you can just see a lot more space. Here's some more outlet to our point guard. There's Vlad running the opposite lane line to give him room to drive, and then kicking ahead. So we're telling them when they throw it ahead on that, they have to have an advantage. We don't want to just throw it ahead to our wings just to throw it up there. We want to throw it ahead so that they can catch it and shoot, or catch it and drive it, not catch it and look. So we want to keep it in our point guard's hands, all right, as long as only, and tell them to advance it only when we have an advantage, is what we say. So if we got numbers 3-on-2, 2-on-1 situation, then we throw ahead. Otherwise, our point guards, Alex and Jalen, are so good with the ball. They're one of the top. Both of them were in the tops in assists, and having 2 point guards on the floor. So we tell them to keep it and look to penetrate and get as deep as they can and make somebody else guard them. Here we go in transition. Again, you can see Vlad getting to that opposite lane line there. And again, give him room there as you saw him veer off to the other side. As he saw the ball get to to Alex there, you saw him get to the other lane line going here. You see dead corner by Desmond. We always try to tell these guys to get to the dead corner, and for our new guys, our new freshmen that are working that are practicing with us this week and the last couple of weeks, they tend to stop right here wanting that ball. Start stopping at the hash. They want to get the ball. we got to get him to the dead corner to give Alex more room to drive it. So we really emphasize. So we use different phrases. Finally, we came up with dead corner. I got that from Davidson, Coach McKillop, and we say dead corner, run to the dead corner. And you see Desmond's coming up short a little bit because those guys the shooters are always inching up for that ball, but we want to create space to drive it. So again, dead corner is all the way down to that baseline and getting there. Here's Brandon kicking, spotting up there, and then Kenrich going to the glass. Here's Jalen on the push. We get a number situation there with a 3-on-3. Here's a couple more. Throwing the heads, you can see they're all wide. And obviously Vlad trailing. Our 5-man can trail and get some trail jump shots because we have a 5-man that can shoot it. Both of them will be able to this year, or then run to the block. So we give him the option. He's running lane line. That middle of the floor is his, really, to work with.